Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the sixth VELUX Daylight Symposium. This is also the 10th anniversary of the Daylight Symposium, and I have to say that when I think about the first symposium in 2005 in Budapest, and I see what we have achieved, or maybe I should rather say what you have achieved over the 10 years. This has become an international conference. We are 350 participants during this conference from 30 different countries, and it is indeed the place to talk about daylight, exchange knowledge from different sectors, and inspire each other to have daylight play an even bigger role in our lives. 2015 is also, as you know, the International Year of Light, the UN International Year of Light. The VELUX Group is an organizational associate of the Year of Light, and this symposium, of course, is part of the official program for the International Year of Light. It's not the only celebration that will take place in VELUX. We started with daylight and fresh air in 1941. Daylight and fresh air has been the gravity center for our work in almost 75 years. In 1945, our founder, Mr. Rasmussen, wrote in a small sales note to his customers, "We are daylight engineers." And that is indeed how we see ourselves in VELUX. We are daylight engineers. We are trying to get the best out of daylight and bring it to our customers in the most effective way. With the vision we have today to lead the development of better living environments with daylight and fresh air through the roof, we are trying to give our contribution to this. But the Daylight Symposium goes well beyond, of course, the boxes with the red logos that you can find in most builders' merchants around the world. This is a wider program. This is a wider purpose, talking about the passion for daylight. And it's a passion that we are also trying to bring into our 75th anniversary next year, because the celebration doesn't stop with the International Year of Light. In 2016, we will have our 75th anniversary, and there will be a number of celebrations in that respect. One of the key activities that we will make is our Young Architects competition for daylight, and we will host during the year a number of events in our Jubilee year, if you can say so. We are also having, as part of our anniversary, an interesting cooperation, a project that we call Natural Light. It's a cooperation with the company Little Sun and Olafur Eliassen, who will join us tomorrow, and I will talk a little bit more about that project tomorrow. And in 2016, you may say, basically, as we are here, we will end the year with a celebration of daylight as part of our program in the VELUX Group. Well, today for the Daylight Symposium, we hope to be part of inspiring, sharing, challenging the way we look at daylight, and we hope to bring that inspiration to all of you. And there is a need, of course. In a recent study, we saw that in Europe there are plenty of houses that are still not in a good enough condition. There's about 80 million Europeans living in damp or moist buildings that do not have the right indoor climate and the right qualities of a building, both with regards to daylight and ventilation. So lack of daylight is a general problem. It's a huge problem for all of us because we spend more than 90% of our lives indoors, much against our natural inclination. But that is how the modern society 24/7 is going on, and we have to find out how we can bring daylight into a modern context and make sure that we can share daylight in that respect. And that is also the theme of this Daylight Symposium, daylight as a driver of change. And we will focus on the challenges posed by the way we live today in our modern societies and how daylight can help improve our conditions in that. In fact, the discussions for the Daylight Symposium started already yesterday. We had a Daylight Academic Forum, PhD students working with daylight in their projects and shared with their fellow students. Working together with a panel of leading scientific researchers. I would like to thank you all for the participation in that program yesterday, the forum yesterday, and I would especially like to thank the scientific experts who took the time to support the discussions. Steve Fotias, John Madajevich, Koen Stemmers, Werner Osterhaus, Fernando Pereira, Martine Knob, Louisa Brotas, and Jens Christoffersen. I hope I pronounced it approximately right. Thank you very much for being the inspiration for these programs. And you will have the opportunity to meet the PhD students during the symposium and to see some of the works outside. So the scene has been set. We hope and believe that all the presentations that we will see today and tomorrow will be important contributions to the daylight agenda and the work with daylight. And we hope to be sharing your views and visions with a big audience as possible. In that respect, don't forget to also use our hashtag to tweet from this place and maybe involve even those people who couldn't be with us here today. All the presentations and discussions will also be streamed, not directly, but within a week's time we will upload all the presentations that we will see in the next couple of days to share them as well. And see this. Practically, apart from praising this place, I think it's the most daylit daylight symposium we have had. Thanks to this construction that our daylight engineers have put together, we will be able to enjoy daylight without glare for a couple of days and hopefully have some good discussions. I have a few practical remarks that must be mentioned in a context like this. In case of emergency, we have to move out into the center area and to the right, down to the quay where the pirate ships are. There are green signs showing the way as well. And in addition to that, smoking is also considered an emergency, because you have to go all the way to the pirate ships if you're a smoker. So please bear with us and let's try and respect the conditions of the building here. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you for coming, and I wish us all a very good Daylight Symposium. Thank you. And I would also like to introduce the first speaker, the ambassador of Denmark to United Kingdom. Did I get it right? Yeah. Claus Grube, who will open with the first session. Please, Claus.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Rasmussen, and I think you have fixed the light very well here. And it seems that you also have been able to fix the weather here in London. So just keep going. We will be very grateful to you. Thank you very much. Welcome to all of you, and thank you also for inviting me to participating in the opening of this 6th VELUX Daylight Symposium. That's what I would call a window of opportunity, and I will use it to talk about a little bit about Danish architecture. In Denmark, we do not consider architecture only about creating houses and buildings, but it's the art of understanding the physical environment and the social realities and translating this knowledge into design. A design which responds to people's needs in all aspects of their lives. Danish architecture reflects the strong values and the identity which form our society. We want to make livable houses and buildings, and we want to make livable cities. At the same time, architecture shapes behaviors which help sustain and develop the society we aim to be. Often architecture combines living and commercial spaces in such a way that it responds to all types of individual and family lifestyles and connects several layers of urban life. Besides this pragmatic and very humanistic approach, Danish architecture is also formed by the fundamental role of the natural elements: water, space, sustainability, and not at least daylight. Understanding the opportunities within daylight is of great importance in Danish architecture, where light is a scarce resource for long periods of the year. Therefore, making active use of light in buildings has become one of the trademarks of Danish architects over the years, and daylight often has a prominent role in most projects. It's also one of the most challenging elements of architecture, light and sound. That is a very big challenge for all architects. For us, architecture is therefore the balance between space and light, and daylight is one of the strongest means to create value for architecture and the people who uses the buildings. As you all probably know, research has shown that daylight is not only an architectural tool, but also one of the best means of reducing energy consumption and CO2 emissions. Used in the right way, daylight reduces the need for artificial lighting, heating and cooling, and it also extends the area that can be used within a building. Today, most of us live, unfortunately, I would say, as Mr. Rasmussen said, 90% of our lives indoors. Therefore, the indoor environment is a crucial factor for our future development towards a healthy society. A healthy environment contributes much to our social development. The way we live, the way we learn, the way we work and relax, the way we sleep, with all the consequent social economic effects on our education and our healthcare and our productive working life. For a brighter future, we therefore need both healthy people and healthy buildings. I know that you over the next couple of days will present evidence and discuss the importance of daylight for our health and our well-being. And I look forward to learning more about your findings. Without light, there will be no life. And let there be light, as it says in the Bible. God started it, and there was light, daylight. So, I wish you a very fruitful and productive symposium to the benefit of all of us. And thank you very much for your attention.